Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to everyone, whichever part of the world you're joining. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mary Sebastian, and I am an ESOL facilitator at 21K School. I'm also a proud mother of two grown up daughters who are doing particularly well in life. So, today we are here to explore a gentle, child friendly way of bringing AI or artificial intelligence into early learning. And my focus is going to be very simple. How can AI support us as early child educators? And the second one, how can it help our children to learn in a safe, joyful, developmentally appropriate way? AI is here to stay. So rather than panicking, see how we can get AI into life, into the life of children. So, we are going to make artificial intelligence very simple, very friendly, and very child centered. And I am going to take you through it. These are just some ways that I'm going to show. I'm sure many of you are already aware of these methods, these ways, etc. I'm just going to do a little bit of brush up. So, we are going to get AI in early learning. There is a poll being posted right now. I would appreciate if each one of you answer it honestly. It's okay if you don't know anything about AI, it's absolutely fine. So if you see there is a poll posted. I hope all of you are able to access the poll, and we'll wait for the results of the poll. We're just waiting for the results. Once you're done, take your time to answer. All right. I think most of you would have answered the poll. So we're just waiting for the results. The poll was, how comfortable do you feel introducing AI to young children? Many of you said very comfortable, 33%. 25% of you said not very comfortable. Somewhat comfortable is again 25%. And not comfortable at all, 17%. Absolutely. I also belong to that 17% category. I belong to the 17% category. And today we are going to do why, we are going to go through why it matters to us. Once again, let me tell you, AI is here to stay. AI is not replacing us, but AI is going to assist us. And when we start early, the earlier we start, it is better. So, what you are going to discover today is why AI matters in early childhood. I see. I've taught small children. I've taught grown-up children, and many years ago, when before the discovery of I wish AI was there when I was teaching, my children, because what happens right now, if you see a child, let's say grade one, grade two, the child is confident and the child is curious to explore when there is something introduced through AI. And there are a lot of practical strategies that are natural, that are safe, and we have a lot of tools that are ready to use. We just have to research a bit. Now, when we are talking about AI in early learning, I'm sure we were all taught by the teacher holding our hand and making us write the first alphabet. We learned how to draw shapes, etc., before we actually started writing, proper writing. But AI in early learning makes the digital world a child's world, because AI is already a part of their everyday life, right from Alexa to Siri to the Google Maps that we take. And when you're traveling by the car and if you don't know the way, you're using the Google Map. And Google Map, the beautiful sound that lady says, take left, take right. So children are already used to it. So from voice assistants at home to personalized content recommendations, AI is there. When we expose children early, they understand and they navigate this technology with confidence. We have to enable them to navigate, to go through, to explore this technology with confidence but with caution. So what happens is, these days we are talking about, our children being future ready. We have to inculcate them in them future ready skills. And how do we do it? One of the thing is that the curiosity about how things work should be there in a child. When a child, or when children or group of children, they explore AI through play, what happens is they develop natural curiosity. How does this happen? How does the mobile app have a lady or an auntie saying something to take the left turn or to take the right turn? And they should be comfortable with technology. Now, I feel as teachers and as parents, we're slightly scared. Everything is open to the children, and it is good or bad. The children are not able to decide. But with AI, children will be making choice decisions if you guide them appropriately. And for that, we need to be comfortable. And how are we going to be comfortable? We are going to be comfortable because, we will be able to, so basically, I think the aim is not to teach them technology first, but the aim is to use technology to support their growth. So when you use technology to support their growth, what happens is technology becomes a part of their life. Technology becomes a part of what they are doing. So what is AI? Now, I know many people, many adults, many of my co-workers, many of the senior teachers who are there, they find AI to be very confusing. So let's keep it very simple for our children. So let me explain what is AI like. AI listens, which many of us don't do. So if I give a command, AI patiently listens to us. We don't have time to listen to our students, our children. Children at home, we don't have time. But AI listens. Again, AI is not going to replace the parent. AI would listen patiently. AI learns. It actually looks for patterns and it remembers information. So if you have, let's say, something called Chat GPT and you put a prompt, so AI already has that. It looks for patterns and the information is remembered. And AI responds. It gives us answers. It gives us ideas that might help. A lot of my friends say, AI has actually brought creativity to an end. No, I disagree with them. AI is like a smart helper. It is actually a friendly robot brain that it can answer questions and create things with us. We are giving the prompt for things to be created. AI is not doing it on its own. So we don't have to go into technical details. We just need the children to see AI as a tool. Please remember, children might think that AI is the magician, it has the magic wand and anything can happen. No, AI is a tool, not a magician. AI cannot do everything that a child or a parent can do. So when we are talking about AI, as I said, it is a smart helper that learns from information. It explains, everything, recognizes shapes, recognizes the prompt that you are giving. It also enables us to recognize things that we want to do. And AI makes it concrete. It actually shows children how voice assistant answers questions. How do they understand? Let's say when we tell Alexa, Alexa, play song from, let's say, ABBA. The Alexa will ask us, which song do you want? Then you give another prompt. So when specifically it is given, Alexa is able to understand and the song is played for us. So AI actually, what it does is it is a smart helper. I don't have to get up from my chair to listen to music, to turn music on. Just give the command to Alexa and it does. Now, I was talking this with my children at school, my students at school, and they said, is my mom like Alexa? Definitely no. You can't, children should understand there is a difference between artificial intelligence and between people. There is a difference between giving a prompt and giving a command. So when they're giving a command to their mother, let's say, let's to the mother, Mom, get me a glass of water. That's not the correct thing. You can give a command to the artificial intelligence, Alexa, that is your smart helper, but not to human beings. So they have to understand the difference between the machine and the human being. Moving forward, when you see AI is actually child friendly. There is nothing. The only thing is we have to understand how the children or how a child is going to adapt to it, how a child is going to adopt it. So what does AI do? AI, it provides instant. You give the prompt, instantly it is given with patient guidance without judgment. Now, we are hearing all around the world where children are stressed, etc. AI actually never gets tired. We might get tired answering the same question repeatedly, four times explaining the same concept. We might get tired, we might get frustrated, but AI never gets tired, never gets frustrated. Rather, it gives constant encouragement. Now, I learned something from here. When Alexa tells, can you repeat it, please? See the polite tone that comes in. Normally, we don't tell our own children, can we just say, what did you say? But that polite request that Alexa gives is something that we have to adopt to in our life. So AI is child friendly. It adapts to each child, because see, in a class we have children of different nature. We don't have, or everyone is not having the same learning level, I would say. So AI would adapt to each child, to individual pace, to individual learning style, and their comfort level. Every child gets support that is matched to their unique needs. Please, let me tell you, parents, let me tell you, teachers, we have children that are varied in our class. In fact, in the home also, in your houses also, you have your children are not of the same, not of the same pace. You have, each one has a unique need. What we take from AI is we need to adopt that into our daily life and accept them. Now, AI also has playful interaction. There are games that can be done, can be played, and children, they, for them, that's an experience. They stay engaged through the interactive, through the fun exchanges. The other day, my children, at 21K, they taught me Scribble. Scribble is an AI generated game. It's a game. So what happens is a word pops up on the screen, and I'm supposed to, draw that word without telling the word, and children have to identify what that word is. That is one of the most amazing things that AI has done, because children, every child wants to get the meaning of the word first. What was that word that was put up? What was the drawing that ma'am was trying to make? So it is also a playful interaction where AI wants to make every child, every member of the class comfortable. So as parents, make it a point that you have age appropriate AI exposure. For example, young children, let's say kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, let them read simple, short interactions. Now, there are a lot of platforms, AI platforms, where you give the prompt. Rani went to the market, and then the voice, the AI was a voice assistant would say, and then Rani went and bought a cabbage. Then the child also. So there is a lot of interaction, because these are simple short interactions, that is depending on the age of the child. So when you're putting it on, the command that you're putting it, you have to say for grade 1, grade 2, grade 4. It depends on that the voice is generated. Immediate feedback we get. It doesn't wait, like, you don't have time to correct the papers and give it back. It's immediately the feedback is given. The visual cues. Now, if you see this presentation, the entire thing, I gave a prompt, I wrote the notes on Gamma, and the entire thing has been generated. That is what AI does. It saves your time, it makes it more engaging, and it is more playful. It is has a lot of concrete concepts. So when we are considering these factors, remember, attention span of children is only 5 to 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, every child loses interest. If you have a black and white screen and children, or you write something on the blackboard or the whiteboard or the smartboard, children will only be attentive to 5 to 10 minutes. You have to. AI, what it does is it makes activities brief and engaging. There is interaction constantly. It uses vocabulary and sentence structures that children already understand comfortably. I cannot use a word that's a difficult word, let's say like a word philanthropy. I cannot use it with a grade 1 child. The child will not understand. So when I'm talking about philanthropy, that which is means generous, I'll use the word kind. What would you call a person who's kind? A child would understand that. So it also, the language level, AI generates it according to their level, according to their grade. It also ensures interactions, that is emotional maturity. So interactions that are safe, that are predictable. Now, you might ask, what do you mean by predictable interaction? Now, if I say, you are nice, the child will say, thank you, something I predicted. But if I say, you're not looking good, the child might not give me some reaction. So there are predictable and non predictable reactions, and it is within their comfort zone. AI does not judge people by what they look, how they interact, how they communicate. AI is something, whatever I am giving the prompt to AI, AI will respond in the same way. Moving forward, you can also have AI as through stories. Now, I recently did, a story that, which I had taken from the Hindi movie Bhagwan, but, I had actually made it like, there are parents and the four children are not very good. They're only, so I asked AI to make different characters of the four children. And then I asked my class, each child had some sort of an intention. What do you understand by that? So the child said, they wanted the property, they wanted the car, and they did it. They created these images through AI. So asked them for the prompt. I opened my chat GPT and I put the prompt that the child, a grade 6 child, gave me. And the image that was generated, the children were all wonderstruck. So AI is a friendly story character. It's actually a helpful guide, or as they say, it's a magical companion. Now, this word magical companion again came from one of my grade 6 learners. He said, ma'am, Mary ma'am, I feel AI is like my silent companion. So if you ask me to make a drawing, I just take the help of, AI, get the prompt from there, and then I start sketching it myself. It makes things so easy. The child has got the visual, the child has got the color codes, everything is there. The child has to only sketch it. Now, you might say it is diminishing their creativity. Let's understand, it is also showing them or giving them a perspective. That is the AI perspective. So if you see, the child has its own perspective and AI had its own perspective. But the AI perspective was generated by the child itself because the child had given the prompt. So AI also as a character, AI as a narrator. There are so many sites where children can listen to stories. We can have another session on that, where AI is actually narrating, telling them stories. You have these audio books, etc. That is, AI is, narrating the story. So AI helps them or tells them and adapt stories, changing voices. And this I had tried with a couple of, Shakespeare books. The voice becomes, the lady voice, the masculine voice, then the comic voice. AI is able to adapt it once you give them the prompt, and it adds interactive choices. So there are some choices also given. I don't want a feminine voice, I want a squeaky voice. So the squeaky voices also, and trust me, children love to listen to them as the narrator. So AI as a narrator is doing fantastically. They learn without the tech terms. There is not much, there are no concepts they have to learn. There's not much of, no jargon is there. No, the story is built naturally. So we just ask AI to create a simple story. Let's say, for example, the main character solves world problems. Okay, global pollution, traffic jam, etc. You will see the main character, when AI creates that, the concept of this character comes out to be not like a superhero, but somebody who moves with the crowd, somebody who gets everyone to contribute. Because these are things pollution, traffic jam, these are not things one person, one superhero can solve it. It requires a group, a community to solve, and AI enables that. When it gets a community involved, the work is done much more easy. So you can have AI through stories also. AI also through playful quizzes, and I do this a lot. Let's say I have 7 minutes or 5 minutes of the class left. I go to an interactive AI platform where there are. Suppose I taught my topic was pronouns. I go there and get me a worksheet, interactive worksheet on pronouns, and I put the grade level. So whoever answers, I give them a brownie point. So what happens is they learn the concept that was taught in class, and here learning is turned into play. So they whatever they have learned, they transform that into practice with a game like experience. And trust me, children enjoy every time they answer correctly. Every time they answer correctly, they feel proud about it, rather than wait for the teacher to come back after 2 days and give the worksheet. I'm not saying that we are not supposed to do it, we are supposed to do it, but we should try to get some sort of a difference in our teaching style also. So you can have playful quizzes. Now, what is the benefit? We used to, I'm sure all of you, when you have exams, we sit hours and hours, researching, going through various sites, going through various books to create our question papers, formative assessment, summative assessment, etc. When we have an AI powered quiz, what happens is it is instant and it encourages feedback. So, instant feedback is given. We are able to adapt it to difficulty levels. So I always say elementary or basic, intermediate, and advanced. So also we have hotspot questions. For the other learners who are slightly advanced, we can have a different kind of a question. So it adapts the difficulty level. Above that, moreover, it's colorful. You don't have a black and white quiz. You have a very colorful quiz, which is in an engaging format, and it goes from easy to from basic to intermediate to advanced. That is from beginner, intermediate to advanced. So the process is, the progress is gradually, and it tracks the progress gently. Every time you get 5 answers, there are so many sites. Every time you get one answer correct, a bulb pops in. Every time you get 5 answers correct, there is clapping, there's virtual clapping also. So it celebrates every attempt. But remember, keep your quizzes brief. Do not have 10 questions like we have during the assessments, or 5 questions. It should be basically short questions, 3 to 5 questions, because that encourages the engagement. Engagement is high, and children don't get tired. If you give them a longer quiz, what happens is they become disinterested. They are not interested. But if you give them a quick pop quiz on an AI platform, they are interested. So we did AI through stories. You have AI through playful quizzes. Now, I'm teaching in an online school, a totally online school, that is 21K school. So we meet our children virtually. So every day before, when we are there, the class starts, I teach ESOL to the middle school. So what I do is, now I say, good morning, children, how are you? Sometimes I get a gentleman to say it, so you have these voice, apps that are there through AI. So they actually want to know, who's this gentleman today? Who's this sir who's in class? Where is Mary ma'am? So just the audio, where simple greetings. Good morning, grade 6. I hope you are all well. So that, arouses curiosity. You can have weather discussions, or you can just have emotion check-in. Hi, children. How are you? How's everyone feeling today? Anyone sad here today? I think, Akhil, you're not looking good. So these are things that you can do. These are things even AI can do, but you need to give a prompt. I repeat, I'm not saying AI is going to replace me in the future. That's not going to happen. AI is going to make my work easier, make my work engaging, make my work happier. The other day I was conducting a session with some teachers of Middle East, and they were saying, at times we are just so tired. Work at home, work at school, work everywhere. where is a time, where is a me time that, you are saying so much, for the well-being, you should have me time. Where is the time? Try to incorporate AI in your everyday routine, parents, educators, and let your children understand AI is just your smart assistant, not your replacement. I repeat, AI is just your smart assistant, not your replacement, because nobody can replace you. So you have morning warm ups. You can have a vocabulary practice. So there are so many sites where you have vocabulary practice. You can create your own vocabularies. If you've taught a lesson, let's say you taught a lesson on the North Pole, and you had some vocabulary words, you had some words. You can put them. There are so many apps that generate quizzes. Put your vocabulary words and ask AI to create sentences, create situations, and give them to your class. So there are daily word games, there are daily picture prompts, which helps build language. Now, when we talk about VTR, visual thinking routines, you have a picture that is generated by AI and tell your children, what do you see? They would say a half empty glass or a half filled glass. That same thing AI is going to do. So a picture created by AI generates, I repeat, generates different perspective, different answers, different comprehensions. Because the picture, what it looks to me, might not look to, let's say, somebody else in this August gathering here today. So AI not only gives you the morning warm-ups, the vocabulary practice, you also have picture prompts. So AI can describe an image. Now, you have a beautiful scenery, put it on AI and ask AI to describe it. And then ask AI to change it into audio. The same prompt can ask questions, or they can create simple stories from photos. So now, for example, if you see this particular photograph that is there, this particular image that is there, if I ask AI to generate a story, you will get, they're probably in kindergarten, they're probably in play school, they're probably in a hobby class, and a story can be generated. So make it so simple, make it regular, that children become acquainted with technology. I repeat, children should and must become acquainted with technology. They should be familiar with it, and they should not think technology or AI is an enemy. Rather, they should think it is a supportive tool for them, it is a smart helper for them. Now, AI is also a creativity planner, and I am a partner. I use it a lot. If you want to introduce a topic, now if you want to talk about, let's say, at home, you want to talk at the dinner table, you want to talk about children supporting each other, children doing household chores. So ask AI to give you a prompt, give you an idea. How are you going to introduce everyone is responsible to do household chores? It is a collective responsibility. So AI will generate that prompt for you, will give you ideas. How are you going to approach it? How are you going to tell your how are you going to open this topic of conversation with children? Because if you ask children, if you ask your kids at home or anyone, you all have to do work at home, they'll say no, we are so stressed out. But rather than you telling them, come on, clean your room, make your bed, let AI give you an idea, where a creative idea, where you say that today you are the master of your room. How you do your room, how you take, or let's say you are the CEO of your room, how will you take care of your room? So let AI give you an idea how you are going to do it. It actually helps in generating character names. There are plots that can be, when the child is the CEO of the house for one day, what is the child going to do to make everyone feel important? So AI is going to give you. AI also assists in supporting art projects. I have seen fantastic creations by children where AI has given them the color combination. Excuse me. It gives them, the color combination is provided by AI. So I have made a black and white drawing, I posted on AI. It can be Chat GPT or it can be Gemini, whatever, and then ask what color would suit this painting, and AI will generate it. It will suggest. It is your choice whether you take it or whether you ignore it. So AI can support your art projects. AI describes what children draw. Again, I have a drawing, I pasted it on AI, and AI is going to describe what the image looks like. And it offers gentle feedback. It doesn't say, Mary, your drawing is bad. But I've been told many times when I was a student, you can't draw. But I wish AI was there when I was told my drawing was bad. AI would give us gentle feedback. You've done good, but there is scope for improvement. That is much better than telling a child, you can't draw. You are not up to drawing. So AI also supports in giving gentle feedback, and that's something which is really, really fantastic that what AI does. AI also, there is a lot of different ways that you can introduce poems to children. So poetry and language play. So it has like, I give a sentence and AI can finish the sentence. I take that prompt to class. So I gave them the introduction, the first part of the sentence, and I tell the children, finish the sentence. You will see a variety of endings to your introduced sentence. You started, let's say, I went to the market and I'm leaving it open. So AI gave me, I went to the market and bought a smart TV. I went to the market and met my friend. I went to the market and saw Shah Rukh Khan. So the different kind of prompts that AI is giving, the same way your children, you can use it in class for language teaching, for poetry teaching. And AI also can generate word games. I feel AI actually has made a lot of children very creative in their use of the linguistic the words that they're using. They have learned difficult words through AI. I'm sure none of us used the word prompt when we were doing our lesson plans, when we were doing any chore. The prompt, we all know what is prompt now because of AI. So children are able to learn better, children are able to nurture better. And I think a major credit goes to us parents, teachers, and partially, I would say, to AI. So use AI in a constructive way. Do not tell children that AI. I've heard a lot of teachers say, AI is going to replace me. AI will never replace teachers. AI will never replace parents. Remember, parents, you are the first teachers of your child. Teachers, you are the first guru. The child comes to you like a raw clay, and how you mold with the parents, that makes an impression, that is there to stay. So AI is just going to make my work smarter. It's going to make my work easier. Use AI in a way to enhance the child's creativity, to amplify the child's creativity. So I know a lot of children, who started writing stories now through AI. They just give the prompt and AI generates the story. And then these children write the story in their own language. See the creativity. Otherwise, children would be sitting for hours and hours, but nobody would be able to write or compile a book. But here, AI has given them the idea. There are two friends who get lost in the mountains and give an end to it. So AI gave them a prompt. They used that prompt to write a complete story. AI just was the smart assistant. AI just gave them the prompt. So children can use it to write. Their creativity is enhanced. It also collaborates on tales where children make choices. For example, I give them a story and I will say, do you go with A or do you go with B? Both the options are correct. Children will make wise choices, and we have to trust them on that our children are capable on making wise choices. So AI expands their ideas into fuller narratives. So what happens is, when I tell a child, this person did not, okay, we saw a person crossing the road, and Ram went and helped the person cross the road. Sham was saying, let's not waste time. What does AI have to think about it? So AI will give the prompt, AI will give the response. Ram was generous, Ram was empathetic, Ram was sympathetic to help that poor the blind man cross the road. Whereas it's not going to shun Sham, it's not going to criticize. It rather would say Sham should have been more cautious. Sham should have been more aware that he has to help a fellow person. So AI actually expands their ideas into fuller narratives. AI makes it easier for them. So remember, AI amplifies children's creativity, but I totally disagree if anyone says it replaces their imagination. It doesn't replace their imagination. Children should always lead, and AI is just assisting them to lead. Moving forward, AI is also a learning companion. How? AI provides assistance with. So, I want to create a reading comprehension, or let's say habits of mind. There are 16 habits of mind, or let's say on the SDG goals, there are 17 SDG goals. So, I ask AI to create a reading comprehension. So, I give AI certain ideas. I give the prompt, the initial prompt, and AI will create a reading comprehension befitting grade 2, befitting grade 5, befitting grade 12. So it will help me. It also, what happens is, when you use AI as a learning companion, it also helps you to recognize letters, to recognize numbers, and to enable simple problem solving. There is no pressure of the teacher, there is no pressure of the parent. Children can practice, practice, practice. They can make mistakes. See, I'm sure you are all aware of what's happening around the world with the children, especially in India. Children are scared to make mistakes because they would be judged. Here, I would say, as a mother, as a teacher, AI, when used, children can practice, they make mistakes, repeated mistakes, and there is no one sitting there to judge them, because that is a judgment free space, and that builds confidence. Imagine when you go back to your childhood days when you started learning how to bicycle, how to ride a bicycle. I'm sure many of us fell once, twice, maybe you broke a hand, broke a leg, but that did not stop you because your parents were constantly saying, you can do it, you can do it. Here, what happens is we need to understand AI does not give any pressure to the child. It enables the child to practice, practice, make mistakes, because I feel when we make mistakes, when we fail in something, that is the first attempt in learning. And AI actually matches that. So you make mistakes, you repeatedly make mistakes till you become perfect in what you want it to do. So AI is also a learning companion. AI builds curiosity. When you've been to the supermarket with your little children, they're so curious. They see a soap box, they see a pencil box, they see the ghee box. They're so curious, asking questions. AI also encourages questions. It creates space for a why and how does this work. I'm sure many of us have been asked, like I have been, had been asked by my children, how does the pressure cooker whistle come? I had no answer to that. I just said, you put that on the pressure cooker, and when it's done, the whistle comes once, twice, thrice. I don't know how it is. So AI creates space for the why and how something works. It celebrates attempts. Every interaction with AI tools, regardless of the outcome, which I have always been saying, whether you are successful or it's a failure, it celebrates it. Whatever the outcome is, it celebrates. It models curiosity. It shows your own interest. Like a small child, you give the plate, the toy to the child, and you make some sound. The child is curious, and the curiosity might be expressive through the eyes of the child, because the child has not started speaking. So it models curiosity, and it makes you wonder how AI might help. What can AI do to enhance my working style? Above that, it also builds independence. We need to teach our children to use AI smartly. The choice should be smart. The option is not that they can't make. We have to teach them to, not everything that AI is giving can be taken. So, smart choices, wise decision. That makes the children independent. I repeat, when our children are able to make smart choices, wise decisions, they become independent. So, it gradually supports children in using AI tools on their own, but with guidance nearby. Because not everything is acceptable. So remember, when your children are using AI, you are there somewhere. You are there somewhere around. Do not leave it to them. After a certain age, I don't think children want us to be monitoring them. Once they reach high school, even middle school, I don't think they want their parents to be hovering behind them. What are you doing? What are you doing? But if you guide them appropriately, they will understand the right and the wrong. So they will be able to see AI as a friendly helper, as something that they can explore safely. It arouses curiosity and it naturally flourishes. Trust me, as a teacher with 33 years of experience, both international and in India, I have seen some of the creations that are coming in art these days, in drama these days, is par excellence. And when you ask the child, Rohit, how did you do it? Ma'am, I gave the prompt and AI gave me the answer, but I have not used I have not used it. I have molded it to my understanding. That's how it is. So, curiosity and it flourishes creativity. Enable the children to use AI safely in a responsible way. So, for that, supervision matters. Please always maintain appropriate oversight because not everything is acceptable. I'm not campaigning here that you should leave everything to AI. You are there to guide them because once you guide them appropriately, they will not go to it by themselves. When they go by themselves, they are bound to make mistakes there. So, your presence ensures safety to them and it guides them to learn. Establish simple rules. AI is a helper, it's a smart helper, it's not your best friend. It's a tool, not a replacement for mom and dad or for teacher. It's not a replacement for human connection. AI cannot come and touch you and say, "Hi, Rohit, how are you feeling today?" It's just a tool like any other tools that we have at home. And balance AI activities with hands on play. Let children go out and play. Please do not confine them to the four walls of your house with an AI tool, with the iPad given or anything given, because they need to have face to face interaction with the peers, with the auntie in the colony, with the uncle in the colony, or the grandparent in the area. So make them teaching responsible use of AI builds a lifelong digital citizenship. So what happens is these skills, when children adapt to it, they carry it forward. They carry it in their workplace, in their college life, and in future life also. What are the practical tools we can use today? We have story generators. If you just Google AI tools for story generators, you'll get a plethora of them. There are so many tools. There are quiz creators depending on the age of the child. Just again, if you just Google, give me a AI quiz creator, you have so many quiz creators that are available there. There are so many voice response tools, that are child safe. There are, it's actually done in such a way that they're age appropriate. So you will not have something like a grade 5 child will not get something which a college student will be hearing. So a grade 5 child will have it according to his this thing. So there are a lot of tools that are available. What we need to do is we have to look for tools that are designed specifically for education and with privacy protection. Age appropriate content filters that are already built in. You don't have to do it, it is already there. Age, once you put the prompt, age appropriate. So, what is your child friendly AI roadmap? Start with stories. If you have a little child at home, start with stories. You have a lot of these audio storybooks. Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk. There are a lot of these are all AI generated. Start with storybooks. Add playful quizzes. Take the idea from AI and add playful quizzes because that builds up confidence with children. Integrate short tasks, simple tasks with them, like the morning greeting. Good morning. Anyone comes at home, good morning, uncle. Good morning, auntie. simple morning greetings, and foster independence. Make sure your children are able to explore AI tools with confidence and curiosity and maturity. They're able to find out what is good, what is not good. So, AI should always feel gentle, fun, and supportive. A tool that amplifies learning. I repeat, it amplifies, it enhances learning, it enhances creativity, and definitely boosts confidence in children. I hope this short presentation was uh, helpful in some way or the other. We have a quiz, second poll that is going to be posted. There'll be a poll posted. All right. Which AI activity would you most like to try first with your children? Very good. Creativity tools and 58% of them. But that's fantastic. Vocabulary warm ups 15, AI generated stories 15, picture prompts. So, most of you, I'm sure, you are going to take quizzes and games like I usually do. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining me. Much appreciated. And I thank Center for inviting me here, actually. It's so nice to collaborate with Center every time. Whenever they invite me, it's something which is a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me, Center. God bless everyone. Have a nice evening. Having blessed evening. I'll drop off.
Yes, thank you,
Thank
Mary
you.
Sebastian, ma'am, for this wonderful session for our exclusive November series for teachers who are parents. We feel that the session beautifully demonstrated easy, age appropriate ways to explore AI through stories, quizzes, or schoolwork support. And I feel and I believe that I'm speaking on everyone's behalf that there are so many takeaways, especially the one on how AI can facilitate the child's learning, how AI can make work easier, more engaging, fun, etc., give gentle feedback, and is also a learning companion. And also, you very rightfully explained that as parents, it is important for us to enable our children to use AI, guide them better. So it is important that we research ready to use AI tools, which you have given us an insight into. So that eventually children can use AI responsibly and ethically and make smart choices and wise decisions. So thank you so much, ma'am, once again for this wonderful
Thank you
session.
so much. Thank you, Surbhi. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you so much, Surbhi. Bye bye. God bless everyone. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
God bless everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. So, as we explore how AI can help students learn better, one message is clear that children benefit when classroom learning is reinforced thoughtfully. To help with that, we have launched Center Tutors, which is a personalized learning option led by certified teachers trained in competency based approaches. And Center has opened its vast community of 2 million teachers to parents. Not only does it allow for teachers to take classes from anywhere, anytime, it also allows for your children to benefit the most from the vast pool of Center certified teachers that you yourself have tried and tested being a part of the community.
Right tutor, not just any tutor. With Centa, you access a verified network of experienced teachers worldwide. Share your child's requirements, we find the best matches. And you start with a free demo class. Every subject, every board, flexible schedules, with qualified tutors who focus on real understanding and real progress. With regular assessments and updates, you always know how your child is growing. Post your requirement for free and get a Centa certified tutor in under 14 days.
At Centa, we believe that the best learning for children starts with great teachers. And in our exclusive parent webinar series, we've had two sessions so far from Ishu Madan ma'am and Neha Bahuguna ma'am, where they covered balancing being a teacher and a parent and understanding the new competency based assessments, respectively. We've also had Sneha Edicula ma'am, who shared her experience of being a center tutor. Briefly summarizing what she shared with us for our viewers, today brings personalization to online learning through its certified teacher community. So unlike typical online platforms where students, may lose focus, Center teachers follow rigorous standards that ensure high quality teaching and effective delivery. She also noted that CENTA has a strong understanding of teachers' learning and growth needs, which ultimately benefits students who get to learn from carefully selected expert educators. In fact, post her session and in the last 2 to 3 weeks since we've been running this special exclusive webinar series, we've had many of teacher parents or other parents write to us. So we'd like to share some of those queries with our viewers today and try to answer some of them. So one of the parents wrote saying that in between work and commitments, it gets difficult to go through my child's study material and create assessments for him. So I think Centa can make it really simple with its Centa Tutors offering, because as a part of the Centa AI Copilot, you can generate chapter-wise worksheets, mixed back question papers, sample papers, and competency-based MCQs and case studies. And Centa platform connects you to tutors who can use these tools effectively. The tutors on Centa are using the Centa AI Copilot to prepare revision plans, run structured practice, use AI generated assessments, and give targeted feedback. Most importantly, your child's progress is being tracked through the progress tracking feature, which is more often than not a major issue with online tutoring. Another parent wrote to us asking that how do I know that the tutor is qualified and trustworthy? So, as you all already know, being a part of the CENTA community, is that CENTA emphasizes credibility and quality while working with tutors who are trained, vetted, and aligned with the platform standards, which are CENTA standards, and all the tutors are CENTA certified. The tutors are chosen and verified through structured CENTA processes, and then of course, CENTA has a reputation for teacher accreditation, professional development, and quality assurance in the education space. So, you'll also get reports and updates on how your child is doing. And last but not the least, another parent asked us that how much time will it essentially take to onboard the teacher and how to fit it to my child's schedule. So the goal is to find the right tutor and to match the right tutor in the least amount of time. So from the day that the query is raised for finding a tutor for the child, Centa ensures that within 14 days that the child is matched with the perfect tutor. As far as fitting it into the child's schedule is left up to the parent and the tutor with constant guidance and presence of Centa. So questions such as how long would each session go, how often will the sessions occur, and is there any flexibility to change timing, etc., and how do the sessions really integrate with the child's assignments, homework, etc. All of this is assured in the Center Tutors platform. And I think if there are any questions from the audience today with regards to this specific offering, we'd love to take those queries as well. I just give a minute to all the people in attendance today. If there are any questions with for this particular offering. And as far as taking up another query from around our previous sessions was that what subjects and classes do the tutors on Centa tutors platform cover? So basically, the Center Tutors offering is positioned to cover core academic support across subjects and across boards. So you can expect subjects like math, science, English, and also others depending on the child's board or curriculum. The tutoring is also being offered across grades and school level, and the pace, level, and focus will adjust based on your child's profile and goals. So I am seeing that there. So yeah, so we you can write to us regarding this on teamcenter.org in case there are any queries from the teachers or parents who are listening to this session. So make it fun and supportive for them. That is the goal that we are going for. Thanking her once again and all of you who have joined. We look forward to seeing you all in our next session on CBSE's new exam pattern by Neha Bahuguna ma'am. This is going to be a part 2 to the part 1 of the session that we've already had. In this follow up session, we'll move from awareness to action and learn practical ways to support your child in developing new skills. So stay tuned for more interesting and informative topics.